Hi, RushRecap here. Today I'm going to explain a movie called Kalki. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. In 3202 BC, the earth trembles under the weight of the final battle, marking the end of a devastating war. The battlefield is strewn with the bodies of countless fallen soldiers, each one a silent testament to the violence that has plagued the land for years. Amidst the chaos and the thick fog of death, a lone warrior named Ash Warhammer stands tall, his eyes burning with a desperate resolve. With every ounce of strength left in his body, he channels his remaining power into a fearsome attack aimed at the princess, his intent clear: to destroy the unborn child she carries. This child, he believes, is destined to change the world in ways he cannot allow. Just as Ash unleashes his deadly assault, the heavens themselves seem to respond. Lord Krishna, the divine protector and the embodiment of righteousness, appears in a blinding flash of light. His presence alone causes the earth to tremble and the winds to howl. With a voice that carries the weight of the cosmos, Krishna scolds Ash for his heinous actions, his words echoing like thunder across the battlefield. But Ash, blinded by his own ambition and rage, refuses to heed the warning. He launches a direct attack on Krishna, hoping to overpower even the gods themselves. However, Krishna, with effortless grace and supreme power, deflects Ash's attack, making it clear that no mortal force can challenge the divine. As punishment for his arrogance and cruelty, Krishna strips Ash Warhammer of the divine gem embedded in his forehead, a source of his immense power. With the gem gone, Ash is cursed to live an eternal life in a rotting, decaying body, a fate worse than death. His only hope for redemption lies in a prophecy: he must protect the woman who will carry the 10th reincarnation of the god Vishnu. Only then can he atone for his sins and find peace. 6,000 years later, the world has changed beyond recognition. It is now the year 2898 AD, and humanity's relentless pursuit of power and disregard for the planet has turned the Earth into a post-apocalyptic wasteland. The once thriving civilizations have crumbled, leaving behind only remnants of their former glory. Among the ruins, the city of Kashi stands as the last bastion of human civilization. But Kashi is no utopia. It is a city ruled by a totalitarian regime, where the god King Yasin, who has lived for over 200 years, exerts his control from a massive, inverted megastructure that hovers ominously above the city. This structure, a marvel of ancient technology, is Yasin's fortress and the source of his power, as it continuously drains the planet's remaining resources to sustain the luxurious lives of the elite few who can afford to pay 1,000,000 units for a place in the gated paradise. Outside these gates, the citizens of Kashi live in abject poverty, struggling to survive in a world ravaged by pollution and war. The city is a grim reflection of a world that has lost its way, where hope is a distant memory, and the strong prey on the weak. Among the most vulnerable are the women, who are subjected to horrific exploitation under the guise of science and progress. When a truck arrives at the city gates, it brings with it a group of prisoners, primarily women, who are herded off like cattle. The guards, devoid of any humanity, scan each woman to determine if she is fertile, regardless of her age. Those deemed fertile are immediately taken away to the ominous Project K, an experiment designed to extend Yasin's life by creating a serum from the fetuses of artificially inseminated women. But this experiment is nothing short of a death sentence. No woman has survived past 120 days of pregnancy. The brutality of this world is further highlighted when a desperate father tries to protest the abduction of his daughter, only to be mercilessly struck down by the guards. In the midst of this despair, a young girl named Raya seizes a fleeting opportunity to escape. But freedom is a rare commodity in Kashi, and Raya's flight is short-lived. She is quickly caught by a rebel named Rumi, who leads her to a secret meeting place, the hidden city of Shambhala. This city, a sanctuary for those who resist the God King's rule, is where Raya meets Divya, a pregnant woman whose womb is believed to possibly carry Vishnu's reincarnation. Rumi uses a special stone to test Divya's pregnancy, but when the stone does not light up, their hopes are dashed. Their disappointment is short-lived, however, as they are soon ambushed by raiders, Yasin's brutal enforcers who descend from the shadows and open fire without mercy. In the ensuing chaos, the precious stone is shattered, and Divya is captured along with Rumi. Despite Rumi's valiant efforts, they are both overpowered and taken to the God King's complex. There, they face the cruel commander Moana, who unleashes a fearsome beast on Rumi in a twisted show of power. When Divya tries to plead for their lives, Moana responds with cold indifference, shooting her dead on the spot. Rumi, despite his fiery speech about the wrath of the gods, meets the same fate, his words silenced by a bullet. As Rumi and Divya's tragic story unfolds within the complex, the remaining rebels continue their desperate struggle on the streets of Kashi. A fierce battle ensues, with the raiders hot on their heels. Luke, one of the rebels, finds himself cornered by the raiders, only to be saved by a sudden intervention. An AI-controlled car named Bougie and its enigmatic driver, the bounty hunter Bhairava, appear out of nowhere. Bhairava, known for his eccentric and carefree attitude, turns the tide of the battle with his clever tactics and impressive combat skills. As he dances and tricks the raiders with his holograms and gadgets, he also displays a surprising depth of character, revealing that he, too, has a past marred by war and betrayal. Bhairava's fight with the raiders is nothing short of spectacular, as he uses his special boots to perform incredible feats of agility, outmaneuvering his opponents with ease. Even as more raiders join the fray, Bhairava remains undaunted, his every move a testament to his mastery of combat. His final act of defiance comes when he delivers a powerful punch that sends the last of the raiders flying, leaving him standing victorious on the battlefield. Meanwhile, within the confines of Yasin's complex, the captured women endure a grim existence. They are subjected to a strict routine of forced health regimens and painful procedures, all designed to prepare them for the brutal process of serum extraction. The lead scientist, Yuri, is tasked with overseeing this gruesome operation, and his cold, clinical demeanor only adds to the horror. When one of the pregnant women is selected for extraction, the process is as horrifying as expected. A mechanical tentacle pierces her belly, extracting the serum and killing her instantly. Her lifeless body is unceremoniously disposed of, a chilling reminder of the fate that awaits the others. Yuri presents the serum to Yasin, who injects it into his body with anticipation. But instead of the desired rejuvenation, Yasin realizes too late that the serum has been poisoned. In a fit of rage, he turns on Yuri, who futilely tries to defend himself with a hidden knife. Yasin's power, however, is unmatched, and Yuri meets a grisly end, his body destroyed by Yasin's tears, a liquid of unimaginable potency. The king then orders Bonnie and Monas to find a woman who can successfully carry the serum to term, a task that grows increasingly urgent as time runs out. Back in the women's chambers, Sumti is paralyzed with fear after witnessing the brutal death of her fellow prisoner. She checks her own belly, revealing that she has miraculously survived past the 120-day mark, a feat unheard of in the complex. She confides in Lyle, another maid, who urges her to keep this secret. But their hope is short-lived when the scientists announce a new round of testing, prompting Lyle to act. She sends a guard after Sumti, hoping to protect her friend. When Monas learns of Sumti's advanced pregnancy, he orders an immediate extraction, setting in motion a chain of events that will shake the very foundations of Yasin's reign. Meanwhile, Bhairava, having completed his latest mission, uses his bounty money to buy a rare, real egg, a symbol of the old world that has all but disappeared. Luke, impressed by Bhairava's skills, invites him to join the rebel cause, but Bhairava refuses, citing his disillusionment with the concept of good in a world ravaged by war. He shares his tragic backstory, revealing that he was once a war orphan taken in by a soldier who taught him the art of survival, only to be betrayed by the very man who raised him. As Bhairava reflects on his past, he is interrupted by Roxy, a fierce and skilled fighter who demands her payment. Their interaction quickly turns into a playful yet intense duel, with Bhairava's flirtatious nature clashing with Roxy's no-nonsense attitude. Despite their differences, the two share a complicated history, and Bhairava's attempts to woo Roxy are met with a mix of amusement and exasperation. Ultimately, Roxy agrees to help Bhairava infiltrate Yasin's fortress, but on the condition that they split the profits equally. Bhairava reluctantly agrees, and the two form an uneasy alliance, knowing that their mission is fraught with danger. As they plan their infiltration, Bonnie and Monas continue their search for the ideal candidate to carry the serum to term. They focus their attention on Sumti, whose miraculous survival past 120 days makes her the perfect candidate. However, unbeknownst to them, Sumti's pregnancy is no ordinary one. The child she carries is none other than the prophesied reincarnation of Vishnu, destined to bring an end to Yasin's tyrannical rule. With time running out, Sumti becomes the focal point of a desperate race against time. The rebels, now aware of her significance, plan a daring rescue to liberate her from Yasin's clutches. Meanwhile, Bhairava and Roxy, having successfully infiltrated the fortress, find themselves caught in the middle of this escalating conflict. As they navigate the labyrinthine corridors of Yasin's stronghold, they encounter a series of deadly traps and formidable enemies, each more challenging than the last. During one such encounter, Bhairava and Roxy are forced to confront Commander Moana, whose brutal reputation precedes him. The ensuing battle is intense, with Bhairava and Roxy using every trick in their arsenal to survive. Despite the odds, they manage to outmaneuver Moana, but not without sustaining injuries. As they press on, their bond deepens, and they begin to understand the gravity of their mission. Meanwhile, the rebel forces, led by Luke, launch a full-scale assault on Yasin's fortress. The battle outside rages as the rebels clash with Yasin's heavily armed forces, determined to reach Sumti before it's too late. Inside the fortress, Bhairava and Roxy finally locate Sumti, but they are not alone. Yasin, having learned of their infiltration, confronts them in a climactic showdown. In the final confrontation, Yasin's true power is revealed as he taps into the dark energy that has sustained him for centuries. Bhairava and Roxy are pushed to their limits as they fight to protect Sumti and ensure the prophecy is fulfilled. The battle reaches its zenith when Sumti, driven by the knowledge of her child's destiny, unleashes a hidden power of her own. Her connection to the divine allows her to channel Vishnu's energy, creating a force that even Yasin cannot withstand. In the end, Yasin is defeated, his body disintegrating as the dark energy consumes him. With his death, the fortress begins to collapse, its ancient technology failing without its master's power. Bhairava, Roxy, and Sumti manage to escape the crumbling structure just in time, emerging into the light of a new dawn. The fall of Yasin marks the beginning of a new era for Kashi and the world beyond. The rebels, having achieved a hard-fought victory, begin the arduous task of rebuilding civilization from the ashes. Sumti, now revered as the mother of the divine child, becomes a symbol of hope and renewal. Bhairava and Roxy, having fulfilled their mission, part ways but with a newfound respect for each other and a promise to reunite when the world needs them again. As peace returns to the land, the prophecy is fulfilled, and the cycle of destruction and rebirth continues. The child born to Sumti is the harbinger of a new age, one where the lessons of the past are not forgotten, and where the future is shaped by those who dare to dream of a better world.